dear friends, I'm delighted to welcome you to the Turkish Embassy residence to celebrate some great local talent. After our summer break, we are so thrilled to renew the Ertegun Jazz series with a Washington, D.C. native jazz vocalist Akua Allrich and her local band. I would like to thank my fellow colleagues, first and foremost, the Honorable Elena Poptodorova, Elena, the Ambassador of Bulgaria, and the Honorable Zigmantas Pavilionis. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it in the right way or not, but the Ambassador of Lithuania, thank you for joining us tonight. We are also, I have also the pleasure to recognize the representatives of the Coca-Cola company, the sponsor of this series, and Mr. Chip Ellis, member of the Board of Trustees of the Howard Theater Restoration Project. Where is Chip? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, since the inception of the Ertegun Jazz series almost 2 years ago, we have been talking about the historic connection between Turkey and jazz. In each concert of the series, I told our distinguished guests the fascinating story of how the teenage sons of Turkey's second ambassador to the US got to know the legendary names of jazz in the 1930s and 40s and opened the doors of this very building to them at a time when those iconic artists were facing difficulties in performing to a segregated Washington audience. As many of you know, the long-standing relationship between Turkey and jazz was built on the solid foundation laid by the Ertegun brothers. And today, it is with great excitement that I share with you the news that was announced last week here in Washington that UNESCO Director General Irina Bukova has officially declared that Istanbul has been selected to host the second International Jazz Day next year. Last November, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, designated April 30th as International Jazz Day. The first events marking this great occasion were celebrated this past April in Paris, New York, and New Orleans, cities with profound connection to jazz. We are delighted that the second UNESCO International Jazz Day will be celebrated in Istanbul, which is home to many civilizations and a city rich with cultural heritage where continents meet. The second International Jazz Day will broadcast jazz music's messages of freedom, peace, and brotherhood to a global audience from the unique city of Istanbul. I would like to take this opportunity to reiterate our deepest gratitude to UNESCO and particularly to the legendary Herbie Hancock, UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador of the US and the chairman of the Thelonious Monk Institute of Jazz, and also to Mr. Tom Carter, the president of the Institute, for their strong support in the selection of Istanbul as the host of this landmark event. We believe that our own Ertegun Jazz series played a role in helping firmly establish Turkey's link to great jazz music. As Director General Bokova said upon making her announcement, jazz has been a diplomatic force in uniting people around the world. I can tell you that we are here at the embassy know precisely how true that is. And you, my friends, are all a testament to the unifying force of jazz. With that, I would like to extend my deepest thanks to all of you for being our ardent supporters and wholeheartedly embracing the Ertegun Jazz series. Without you, I believe the selection of Istanbul as host of Second International Jazz Day may not have happened. Of course, the Ertegun series could not have reached at this stage without the strong commitment of our co-sponsors or sponsors. First, Coca-Cola. In that regard, I would be remiss if I do not acknowledge my dear friend, Mr. Muhtar Kent, a fellow Turk, who is the chairman and CEO of Coca-Cola. He is one of our prides, and I hope one day he'll be with us also very soon. Thanks to Coca-Cola's belief in us, and today we are proudly continuing this series and playing an important role in the designation of Istanbul as the host of the Second International Jazz Day. I have to also extend my gratitude to the Boeing company, without the help of which this series could not have taken off in the first place in 2011. As true friends of Turkey, I would encourage you, our distinguished guests, to declare your friendship with us online and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to stay connected with the embassy and to learn more about all the wonderful cultural events that Turkey has to offer. Soon you will be as in love with Turkey as I am. And now, let's get to the music of this great local band and the delightful Akua Allrich, whose music, talent, and charisma is being recognized well beyond Washington. She has a new album and is getting rave reviews, and we are lucky to have her with us. I wish you an excellent evening and encourage you to stay on after the performance for a reception with Turkish specialities. Thank you.